Good morning, Enid. It is Thursday, June 2nd. We're glad that you're with us. Kind of a rainy, cloudy, a good morning to sleep in, but we're glad that you're with us. Right now, we're holding steady at 66 degrees, and it looks like it's going to rain on and off today. And here we are in the month of June. We're going to need the rain because July and August, we're going to say, boy, we'd do anything for rain. Right. I'm Steve Kime. Thanks for joining us.
I'm Jomara Ortiz. Thanks for joining us.
We have a great show for you today, and of course they all are, and we're getting real close to our 75th anniversary show. We'll talk about that a little bit today, but thank you for joining us.
Yes, Enid, thank you for joining us. It is time to rise and shine.
Good morning, Enid. Thank you for staying with us on this Thursday, June 2nd, 7:31. If you're planning your morning as you're getting ready to get to the office by 8 o'clock or so. And Jomara, welcome to the captain's chair or the co-captain's chair or something. You just keep moving around on us.
I do. Thank you, Steve. I appreciate the opportunity. It is certainly a wet morning, but we're happy to be here.
Well, we have a great show, and thank you for joining us. Well, speaking of the weather, let's look at some of the current temperatures that Penn Klein has put together for us today. Tea Garden, Bushy Head. I've been to Bushy Head, Oklahoma. How about you, Jamora?
I have not.
You have not.
I have not.
You have not traveled. You may have been to Washington, D.C., but until you go to Bushy Head, Oklahoma, that's when we can say that you've traveled.
Right.
Now,
right.
I think that's Roll. I haven't been to Roll. I tell you, Penn's got some great large micropolitan cities there, but you can see our temperatures from the northwest, 64 all the way down to kind of a humid 70 degrees in, is that Ord or Ordy? You know, and some people in Oklahoma would say Ordy. They would, but it's probably Ord. AJ is our encyclopedia, so he says it's Ord, so we'll go with what AJ said. So, well, let's continue with our theme of weather. Just in case you're planning another exciting weekend in Enid, Oklahoma, here's the 3-day forecast, Jomara. How does it look?
Well, it looks pretty good. It's going to be partly cloudy on Friday, but the temperatures will be on the mid to high 80s and the low 60s and even 50s, well, high 50s. So it doesn't look that bad.
And we've marched into June, so
right.
It could very well be real hot. But this is pretty nice, and it's just so great. I tell you, the wheat looks so good. I live out on the farm, and the wheat has got just enough rain. As you can see on the radar there, there's enough rain that's going across the state. And I think the wheat and the crops, the corn grew another 2 foot, I think, or 2 feet over the weekend. Just the rains have hit the area just right, and it's exciting to see that. So
right.
Anyway, appreciate Penn putting up the radar for us. So as you're planning trips across the state, if you're traveling south, you'll probably run into some showers today. But again, right now it's 66. High today will be around 76. But again, there's that 50-50 chance of rain. In other words, that means 50% of Oklahoma will get rain. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
You think, well, it's just a 50-50 chance that Enid gets rain. Well, I was told by some weather folks, whenever you see 30% chance of rain today, that means there is an area in Oklahoma, or 30% of Oklahoma will get rain.
Wow.
That makes sense to me. But
I learned
anyway.
something new today.
Yeah, very good. Well, welcome back. I know you had a whirlwind trip to Washington, D.C. We'll talk a little bit about that.
I did.
So you were proud of your son and the Big Blue Band?
Yes, it was really amazing to see these guys perform so beautiful last Monday. It was really nice.
And I know every time I've gone to D.C., you're just proud to be an American. There's just something about that city with all the monuments and stuff. So.
Yes.
Well, good morning, Enid. Thank you again for joining us. It's 7:35, and it's time for the Oklahoma Minute with the bow tie guy, Derrick Silas, to find out what took place overnight.
Let's see.
The Transportation Security Authority will continue to accept Oklahoma driver's licenses as valid identification for domestic flights for a couple of years. The deadline for compliance is January 22nd, 2018. If not in compliance with the Real ID Act, residents of Oklahoma will have to show a passport for flights. Former Reserve Deputy Robert Bates was sentenced to 4 years in prison for the death of Eric Harris, and the district chairman of the Boy Scouts of America in far southwest Oklahoma faces child pornography charges. The Google Express, an overnight delivery service, was launched in some cities, including Tulsa yesterday. And on this day in history, in 1997, Timothy McVeigh, a former U.S. Army soldier, is convicted on 15 counts of murder and conspiracy for his role in the 1995 terrorist bombing of the Alfred P. Murrah Federal Building in Oklahoma City. And that's the Oklahoma Minute. Back to you, Stephen Jomara.
Thank you, Derrick. I don't know about you, Jomara, but that was in 96 that he just read that day in history, and I'm thinking, where does the time go? Here we're at 2016. The 90s.
Right.
Doesn't seem that far away, but that's 20 years ago. It just doesn't, compute with my computer, because the 90s to me was just a few years ago, but man, that's 20-some years. Right. So pretty incredible. Well, thank you for joining us, and we're just pleased to share the picture of Jomara's backyard with you today. If you notice all the flowers, she told me that was on the east side. So all that George Malachi conversations you've had is paying off for you.
It is. I have a few surprises. There you go.
Anyway, we appreciate using your garden here this morning. It's not raining though in your yard, but it's raining everywhere.
Right.
Everywhere else in Enid. So, well, we'd like to remind everybody we have a city commission meeting that's coming up next Tuesday. I think that's June. Help me out. Is that the 7th?
June 7th.
Okay.
That's right. And it's going to be at 5 o'clock. There's a study session in the Lowell Lever Conference Room, and the regular meeting is scheduled for 6:30 p.m. at the council chambers.
Very good. Mm-hmm. And Penn, at this time, let's see if we can run some of that video footage that you have of the Washington Big Blue Band as they went to Washington, D.C. And Penn was able to pick up some of the Memorial Day parade in D.C. And you can see right there. Where were you at? You were standing on this side or the other side of the street?
Well,
Jomara?
actually, I was walking with the kids
okay.
towards the lower end of the group.
Okay.
I was handling bottles of water. I got to walk the last block with them. It was truly an honor, but they did a wonderful job. You can see on the background, that's the south lawn of the White House, and that's Constitution Avenue. The kids gather at the Smithsonian Natural History Museum, and they walk from there to the White House. It's truly a great experience.
And putting that together, I know there were some people in the community who wanted to be able to see some video footage of the band. And anyway, it's good to see that. Appreciate Ben putting that together.
Yeah, and they were expecting rain, so I'm really happy that it didn't rain on them, and it wasn't sunny, as you can see. It was just perfect weather for them to do that marching. It was warm, though, but
well,
it's a great
Washington,
opportunity.
D.C. can get warm, and it also can get humid. We'd like to remind everybody, thank you, Pam, we'd like to remind everybody if you have some summertime pictures of your vacation or a trip that you've gone to, you can email that picture to us at gme@enid.org, and we have our Holsteins that are always checking our mailbox, so it's gme@enid.org. So if you got any trips to Washington, D.C. or to Ord, Oklahoma, or Bushy Head, Oklahoma, send us those pictures and we'll put them on the morning show.
Yes,
It's 7:39. We need to take a short break because you got to get ready for a special guest.
I am,
So,
yes.
Thank you for joining us this morning on Good Morning Enid. Holding steady at 66 degrees, and we'll be right back after this.
Hello, and welcome to the City of Enid. My name is Angela Rasmussen, and I'm the code official. Today, we will be discussing how to obtain a contractor's license or a business license. Let's go down to the code department where we can learn more about this process. Welcome to the Code Department. Today I'm going to introduce you to Vanessa Burkhart. She is our Development Services Coordinator, and she can help guide you through the process on how to obtain a contractor's license or a business license.
Hi, I'm Vanessa Burkhart, Development Services Coordinator. If you have access to a computer, you can go to our website at enid.org. Place the cursor over the Departments tab, navigate down to the Code Administration webpage. There on the left-hand side of the page, you'll see a tab for business licenses. From there, you'll see the different requirements for the specific license for your business. Once you submit the license application along with the required documents, your license will be issued. You can do this in person or by email and phone. Please don't hesitate to contact the Code Office if you have any questions regarding your licensing needs. Remember, the Code Department is here to help you.
Thank you, Vanessa, for that information. Very informational on how to get a business license. Good morning, Enid. It's Thursday, June 2nd, as the calendar continues to roll on. It's 7:41, and now it's time for One-on-One with Jomara.
Good morning, Enid. On One-on-One with Jomara, our special guest today is Jessy Dershem and Jase Dershem. Guys, welcome.
Can you say good morning?
Good morning.
Oh my goodness, he's so handsome.
Thank you.
Well, Jessy and Jase, thanks again for being with us here. And you're here to talk about the Race for Jase event happening this Saturday. Now, for people that are new to the area, or maybe they're here but they are not familiar with the event, can you tell us what is the Race for Jase event?
Yes, well, this year is our 4th annual Race for Jase, and it's a 5K run and a 1-mile walk at Crossland Park. We've had it every year, and it's to raise money to help Galactosemia research. So Jase was born with Galactosemia, and all the funds raised from this event every year go to support a doctor who's creating a medication for him to take. Right now, there's no treatment and no cure.
Wow, that's pretty incredible. I'm happy that with this event, more information can be obtained and more research to be able to find a treatment in a long-term treatment. Now, when did the Race for Jase event started?
We started in 2013, and in 2013, Jase was a miracle child for the state of Oklahoma, and kind of through working with the Children's Miracle Network, we realized we can do so much more for galactosemia and kids who face it. Only about 1 in every 60,000 children in the United States are born with galactosemia, and since it's such a rare disease, there's not many people out there raising funds for it or spreading awareness about the disease. Before Jase was diagnosed with it, we'd never heard of it. No one in our family had ever heard of it, and so we just decided we could do more. And my husband and I are fitness people, and we like to run and be active, and so we thought, what better way than a race? And it's just as much about raising funds for galactosemia as much as it is about raising awareness and just getting the word out about it.
Right. And now for those that are not familiar with galactosemia, can you explain to us briefly what it is?
It is a rare genetic metabolic disorder. Jase was born without the GALT enzyme in his liver, and that enzyme breaks down the sugars lactose and galactose. So lactose you receive through your diet, obviously all milk products he cannot break down, and then galactose you receive through your diet and your body produces it naturally. So any that his body produces actually just stays in his body and does harm. And right now Jase has speech apraxia, growth delays, GI issues, just several different problems because of that buildup of galactose. And so all the money raised from this event goes to research the disease itself, and then also to help create a drug that'll stop his body from producing galactose. So when he's older, he won't have that severe buildup that'll cause so many problems.
Okay. And right now, is he just on the special diet with no milk and or is he under any special
Right now,
medication?
he's on a galactose and lactose-free diet or restricted diet. And other than that, we just we do a lot of different therapies. He goes to speech therapy 5 days a week. And his school here in Enid, Prairie View, they've been so great about working with him. He does have some learning disabilities because of it. And so we've received just the best care and the best community support. So we're just trying to support him as he grows and then hopefully have a medication in a few years.
Wonderful. Now, Jesse, if someone just joined us at home and they wanted to know where are the funds for the Raise for Jase are going to be used on, can you tell us again?
Yes. So 100% everything raised. We have sponsors who pay for, the T-shirts and who pay for everything. So literally, every dollar that you use for your registration, it costs $25 to come out and sign up to race. And that all goes to supporting a doctor that's creating the medication for Jase, because right now there's no treatment, no medication, and then also research on the disease.
Okay.
So, and since we started in 2013, we've actually raised $35,000. And that's what we've been able to contribute to it. So we're really excited and hoping to have another successful year.
Wonderful, wonderful. It sounds like it will. You were mentioning to me before that you have a couple of people signed in already.
Yeah, we have about 110 signed up.
really amazing.
Our biggest year was our first year, and we had 204 people run. And then every year since then, we've had about 150. So you can still sign up on Saturday. It's not too late. You just come out. We're at Crossland Park. And from 8 to 9 a.m., you can sign up. And then at 9 a.m. is when we start the 5K.
Okay. Now, here's the information on the event. The event will be on Saturday, June 4 at 9 a.m. at Crossland Park. Like Jesse mentioned, you can come in at 8 a.m. to sign up. And you don't have to be a runner if you want to cooperate by purchasing a T-shirt, right? Or doing a walk, you can do that. Or even donate the money if you're not going to participate, because these funds will be very helpful, not just for Jase, for other kids and people that are suffering from this disease.
Yeah, it's a really rare disease. In Oklahoma, we have about 53,000 babies born every year. So less than one a year in Oklahoma is diagnosed with galactosemia. And we have another family from Oklahoma, the Jones family, and they're going to be there with their son Holden. So it's really nice just being able to get together with other families who have this disease, since it's so rare. And so they'll be there, and yeah, you can come out and walk the 1 mile. We also have a kids fun run, the 1 mile. So if your child wants to come out, we always have a lot of kids from Jase's school that come and race. And we do have the Enid High track and cross country team coming out, and they're going to start off the race for us. So come out and watch them too. And it's just a great event for families. Crossland Park, the nice park is there for kids to play at. And Jase's doctor comes from Children's Hospital, and he talks a little bit about the disease. So it's a really great awareness event and a community event. And we're so excited to be able to do it for the 4th year here in Enid.
And now you mentioned there's a fun walk. Is it going to be the same cost for kids? Okay.
It's $25. You can do the 5K. We'll start that off right at 9. And then after that, we kind of let the kids start the 1 mile fun run. And then the adults and anyone else that wants to walk the 1 mile gets to do that.
Okay, wonderful. Now, if someone wants to know more information about the Raise for Jase event, they can visit the facebook.com page, right?
Yes.
Raise for Jase, or they can contact you at the phone on the screen, 541-1309.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah, you can give me a call, ask me questions through our Facebook page. We would love to answer it. Jase was diagnosed through newborn screening, so every baby in the state of Oklahoma is tested for 54 rare diseases. And I would just encourage anyone who is of the age of having children to get educated on newborn screening, because, I had never heard about it until my son tested positive for one of those rare diseases. And so it's really important to be educated and know the different things that can happen. And like I said, we had no family history of it until Jase. And I've had a daughter since Jase, and she's a carrier for the disease but didn't have it. So it's just really important to be educated and know, because early intervention is the key.
Right, right. Well, Jesse and Jase, thank you so much for visiting with us today. We appreciate your time
Thank you so much. We've got the Wiggles
the
this
information.
morning.
Yes, he's very excited to be here.
What do you tell them for having you on?
Yes, yes. Well, thanks again, and we thank you at home for watching One-on-One with Jomara. Now let's watch a video from Scott Morris with the Utilities Services.
Hello and welcome to the City of Enid. My name is Scott Morris. I'm the Utility Services Manager, and I'd like to walk you through a few short steps on how to set up your water, sewer, and trash services. As you approach the administration building, enter the east doors. My office is directly on the left. In order to start services, you'll need several things. 2 forms of ID. At least one of these is required to be a photo ID or driver's license. If you rent your property, you'll also need to bring a signed copy of your lease agreement. We also require an upfront deposit and service fee totaling $125. Once arriving in the Utility Services office, you will need to sign in and fill out our short initiation form. When completed, your account will be set up. This process usually takes about 10 minutes. If you have any additional questions, please contact me directly at smorris@enid.org. Thank you for watching this video and welcome to Enid.
Good morning, Enid. Here on this Thursday, June 2nd, the rain continues to pour down. Just something like the sound of rain. I don't know. It's
so relaxing.
Yeah, it's therapeutic. It's relaxing anyway.
Yeah.
It's obvious with the rain coming down this morning. Our winds are out of the northeast at 5 and holding steady at 66 degrees here at 7:51. So what did you learn about that topic in your interview? It's very informative. Thank you.
Yes, it was, and more important about the newborn screening, about rare diseases. It's so important to get to know your child, and when you're a first-time parent, I can't imagine, all the information that they need to go through. It's just a learning experience for them and for the doctors.
And the thing is, I'm just impressed with the technology now to know things.
Yes.
Compared to when my daughter was born many, many years ago to today. It's just amazing how technology is able to identify things and help us all out.
Yes.
So. Well, in case you missed the bow tie guy earlier this morning, we're going to bring him back to get us filled in on what's happening with the news overnight in Oklahoma. Here's Derrick Silas with the Oklahoma Minute.
The Transportation Security Authority will continue to accept Oklahoma driver's licenses as valid identification for domestic flights for a couple of years. The deadline for compliance is January 22nd, 2018. If not in compliance with the Real ID Act, residents of Oklahoma will have to show a passport for flights. Former Reserve Deputy Robert Bates was sentenced to 4 years in prison for the death of Eric Harris, and the district chairman of the Boy Scouts of America in far southwest Oklahoma faces child pornography charges. Google Express, an overnight delivery service, was launched in some cities, including Tulsa yesterday. And on this day in history, in 1935, Babe Ruth, one of the greatest players in the history of baseball, ends his major league playing career after 22 seasons, 10 World Series, and 714 home runs. And that's the Oklahoma Minute. Back to you, Stephen Jomara.
Very good, Derrick. Thank you. Real quickly, we want to remind you that at 8 o'clock this morning, we'll play the interview that I had with former Governor Frank Keating, 2-term governor here in the state. He came by ETN Studios, and it was a real privilege to visit with Governor Keating, and that's coming up at 8 o'clock this morning. And real quick, the 3-day forecast, Jomara, looks like what? Still the same.
Still the same, yeah. We'll be in the mid to high 80s and partly cloudy on Friday, but the temperatures won't be that bad. Low temperatures are in the high 50s and low 60s. So it looks like a good weekend overall.
Very good. Thank you again for joining us on Good Morning Enid here at 7:54 with 66 degrees. Chance of rain is going to be 50%, 100% right now, but 50% throughout the day. And we've got another special guest that's coming in the studio, but first we want to show this promo of how you can help adopt a pet.
Hello, I'm Jessica. I'm the Adoption and Volunteer Coordinator here at Enid Animal Control. We have dogs, cats, puppies, and kittens of all shapes and sizes waiting for new homes here. So if you're in the market for a new family member, please consider adopting. also have volunteer opportunities if your home is full but your heart still has room to help. Visit us at 1200 South 10th Street or call us at 580-249-4910.
Jessica, thank you for that informative word. Real quick, if you're a Vince Gill fan, he's coming to Enid Saturday. There we go, third anniversary show. Thank you, Penn, for putting that up there. 7:30, get your tickets at the Enid Event Center. Leanne Womack will be a special guest. You know, Vince Gill's an Oklahoma kid, graduate from Northwest class in high school in Oklahoma City. So, okay, we've got another special guest. Who do we have, Jomara?
Well, we have Hunter this morning.
Hunter, okay.
He is a male, 3 to 5 years old.
He's posing for you, Jomara.
Oh,
Look at
yes,
that.
he's so cute. He's a shepherd mix, and he's happy, gentle. He loves to play and fetch. He seems to like everyone and walks great on a leash. So he's already neutered, and the fee is $35 for the rabies vaccine. So there he is, Hunter. He's such a happy boy.
Well, we can keep the camera on him because we've got some time here this morning.
Yes.
Again, tell us how much it costs to adopt.
Again, $35, and that includes the rabies vaccine, and he's already neutered. And he's a shepherd mix, between 3 and 5 years old, and he's such a sweetheart. You can see how well he behaves with Jessica right here. He walks great on a leash, and he seems very playful too.
He looks like a great pet dog to take on the trails, go for a walk or for a run.
Yes.
So-
I hate for him to stay on a pen, so hopefully someone would adopt him.
And everybody's been
will
so
adopt
good,
him.
and we appreciate Jessica bringing in the pets each week, but also for you watching the show. We just appreciate your willingness to look for Hunter's picture on Facebook, and there he is. Got a good set of teeth, especially the front ones. But I mean, he's just so mild-mannered, and we appreciate you calling 249-4910. And Jessica told us there were some cats that were available, and so if you're not in the dog market, as a cat person, my wife and I are proud owners of cats, or a cat now. We're down to one, but anyway, you can go to our animal control office, or you can call it 249-4910. But we'll have Hunter's picture up on our Facebook account on Good Morning Enid, now, maybe our City of Enid site as well, or a variety of places. But anyway, we're going to get Hunter advertised.
Yes, and for other pets, you can visit the animal shelter at 1200 South 10th Street, or like Steve said, give them a call at 249-4910. Sorry.
Now, there's a lot of bright lights and there's a lot of distractions in here, and yet look how mild-mannered
He's very
Hunter
well
is.
behaved, yes.
I think
He's
as
such a
long
sweetheart.
as you keep petting him, Jessica's got it figured out. Just pet him on the chest and he'll do, look at that. He'll do
he's
anything.
ready to fetch.
He's ready to go. Well, Jessica, thanks for being here on this rainy Thursday. We appreciate the work that you do with our animals, and thank you for the work that you do and just really promoting all the adoptions and stuff. So Hunter, thanks for being here at the studio today. And Jomara, thank you for being in the studio today. Thank you for filling in for us this morning.
You're welcome, Steve.
Welcome back from Washington, D.C.
You're welcome,
So,
yes. Yeah, I'm happy to be here.
Very good. Well, and thank you for joining us as well here on Good Morning Enid. And holding steady at 66 degrees. We got to go. Until next time, make it a great day. Good Morning Enid.